Brooke's Bench with your host, Brooke, aka Shiggy, and my co-host, Brooke.
What's up, y'all?
I don't know if you guys watched the last one, but I'll re-say what I said. This sounds worse than I really feel. I'm getting over a cold, so just bear with me. That's why Megan hasn't been here. We haven't fired her. She just has a horrible cough. You'd hear her coughing the whole episode, and I'm sure no one would want that.
We're getting close though.
Yeah, but because of the topics we're going over today, I'm gonna have her recorded reactions or opinions that I'll insert throughout the video because she wanted to be a part of it, so she'll record them after she watches us, and then she'll give us her feedback. Okay. But first, like, comment, subscribe, share. In our last video, we said 100 subs. We're gonna do a giveaway. We don't know what kind of giveaway yet, but
something good.
Yeah, we're not so far off of 100. So if we can get to 100, there's gonna be a giveaway. So share to your people. But let's start off. Let's give Diana Taurasi her flowers. She scored her 10,000th point last night on August 3rd. Okay, that's incredible. But I wanted to share something because I watched the game, okay? And after the game, they had all the pictures, yada, yada, yada. And they said she scored her 10,000th point with 8:24 remaining on the clock, right? And she said Kobe nicknamed her the White Mamba. But isn't that gives me like chills. Like, that's kind of like crazy how things kind of like work themselves out like that. If you don't know, Kobe wore 8, the number 8 and 24. So 8:24. But yeah, that was cool.
Damn,
I was like, that's cool. Crazy. And they have a picture of it. She's turned like this in the on the shot clock. It says 8:24. So I was like, that's so dope.
Picture of the year.
That's dope. Yeah. I sent it to Megan. She's like, it's gonna be my wallpaper. And I was like, oh my god.
I feel like it's just too like I didn't realize like her 10,000th point was coming up. And there's just like no coverage on that. Like when LeBron was going for his record, like it was from the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Like, who, people were calculating which game to go to because they wanted to like witness history. But like, I feel like we could have done better as like a society and WNBA to like promote that he was getting close. So
I agree because we picked the game to see Diana play. So it's like, I would have picked a sooner game, just to try and catch it. We might not have been right because she did miss the games due to injury. So it's like we probably wouldn't have guessed the right game, but we probably would have went to a sooner game just to say like, oh yeah, we witnessed that. But yeah, I do agree.
If she was playing, like it wouldn't have been this late. Like it would have been.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been sooner. Yeah. But I just thought the 10,000 point is crazy because the next closest player is Tina Thompson with 7,488 points, and she's inactive, right? So they came out with like this article of like who are some contenders that could beat her record, but they said it's going to take like decades.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to name some of those contenders. So right now, DeWanna Bonner, she's the closest active player, but DeWanna's also 35 years old. So like, let's be a little realistic. Like that's probably not going to happen, but DeWanna, if you could do it, go for it, girl. And I'll pop up their stats because they had some cool stats like their career points, like their averages. So I'll put those on so you guys can see them. Jewell Loyd is also a contender. I just feel like she's more of a contender now, though, because of the season she's having. Like she's averaging 24.6 points a game. Like that's
like if she makes that consistent, like she will be.
Exactly. But she's still 29 years old. So like if we're saying, 40, like that's not going to be everyone's average of how long they're going to play. That's a very long time to play. So yeah, I don't know. Breanna Stewart, 28. She's right behind Jewell Loyd. She's averaging about 22.9 points this season. But her career average is 20 points. So that's not too far off. Like Jewell's is 16. Her career average is 16, but this year's 24. Like, okay, that I could see that being a little bit harder to obtain. But then our girl Asia, she's right in that race. She's only 20. Well, by the time this video comes out, she'll be 27. But she's only 27. She's averaging this season about 20 points. And then lastly, Arike, 26, averaging 21 points this season. Out of all those names, who do you think will get the closest?
I don't know, because I was just thinking, like, I don't know, in a women's sport, like, I don't know if a big is going to break it. Because of how much, like, damage they take every game. Like they're like
Mm.
Asia Wilson, like I'm not saying it just like relive that moment. Like she had 4 people that she was like dragging on her back to
Yeah.
make a bucket. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's strong now, but if she's strong like that in 10 years, I mean, like kudos to her. But
Yeah.
like
That
I
is
don't
true.
like that's my thing. Like, with all these injuries and stuff, like I don't think a big will. I mean, I would love
Yeah.
it. Don't get me wrong. Like somebody can find this video when it happens and call me out for it. But like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that a big would do it. I think Asia has a better shot than Stewart
Mm-hmm.
does. But I also think like Arike and Jewel probably end up coming out on top. Well, I think Arike, if she keeps being
Yeah.
consistent, I
Yeah.
think there's a little bit too many inconsistencies at times. But
Uh-huh.
no, we'll see. Jewel Lloyd has to stay consistent. I think the
Yeah.
person that like if they stayed how they have been the last few seasons, like Asia is gonna get the closest.
Yeah. I think I kind of agree with you because when I was looking at this, I was like, I don't know, like how long a Big's career can really last. Like I feel like Arike could do it. She takes a lot of shots. She has a lot more opportunities. Not saying Asia doesn't. Like Asia is the aces, but I don't know. I think it'll be between Asia and Arike though. Not discrediting Brianna Stewart, but
Oh no,
Brianna
not
Stewart had the injuries, that made her miss seasons. So
that. And doesn't she have like 2 kids already? Like I
that's
feel like
true.
she's gonna want to just enjoy life. Like not
Yeah.
that Brianna Stewart cannot do it. I
Yeah.
just think she has more like life things than
Yeah.
some other like athletes do
Mm-hmm.
that like she's not gonna want to miss out on. And like
Yeah.
I don't know, even Diana Taurasi in her thing was like, I've missed out on moments that have
Mm-hmm.
these beautiful moments. Like, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't Brianna Stewart's gonna want to do that.
I agree. I was just about to mention that actually. Like Diana was like, yeah, I sacrificed a lot. Like the next
Yeah.
person that's gonna break this is gonna have to love basketball just as much as I do. So it's kind
Yeah.
of like I can see Enrique doing that. And I feel like Asia right now is also very much dedicated and like in
Yeah.
love. And like if they're on that same path, I think it would be between those two as well.
Yeah. Like it's like a whole nother level in a women's sport. Like
Mm-hmm.
male sports, you know, you're not carrying a child. You're not like
Mm-hmm.
you're not doing a lot of things that like moms and female athletes are doing. And so it just like
Mm-hmm.
life by all like it just catches up. It's not that like women are not as strong as men mentally or
Yeah.
life catches up. Like I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm intrigued to see who will be the next person, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be for quite some time.
Yeah. But we'll get to witness it twice probably. So that
More than likely, yeah.
that'll be kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
But
It's a
let
cool
us
little
know.
stat.
I know. Let us know
That's
who
what
you
I
guys
want
think.
when I'm like nearing the end. Like, here's all the stats of like the coolest like sports things you've seen.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That would
That
actually
is
be
cool.
really cool.
But let us know who you guys think. Maybe someone's that's not on this list that you guys think could potentially break it. But I'm curious. There's a lot of college players that I feel like are very dedicated that would.
I was
say,
thinking a couple of the college.
Yeah,
people.
But let us know who you guys think down below. All right, over to Alyssa Thomas's MVP push. Let me tell you guys. She was the first WNBA player, to record a 20-point, 20 rebound, and 10 assist triple-double. That's pretty impressive, okay? She's like the triple-double queen right now, and probably forever. Because they said, okay, let me just break this down. So she has 5 triple-doubles this season, and she's an all-time leader at 9 for her career. They said comparatively, no other player in the WNBA history has 5 in their entire career. So, putting that into perspective, that's kind of, insane. And I feel like that's Alyssa Thomas's argument for MVP is the fact she's doing stuff that no one else is doing. And I feel like that's why she is in the race. I don't know. It's hard. They're just, if we're being honest, it's between her, Asia Wilson, and Brianna Stewart. It's down to those 3. And it's just, I don't know. Because when someone posed the argument that she's doing these triple doubles, she's having the triple doubles, and no one else is doing it. I mean, that's impressive. That's what an MVP does. But like Sue Bird said, the MVP is the best player on the best team.
Yeah.
So
that's usually how it is.
You know what I'm saying? But that's hard. That is hard.
I have never. Okay, and people are gonna come for me saying, well, "You're just an Aces fan." Shut up. I think that I have never liked that rule. I have never liked it. I don't like even coaches being coach of the year for their team winning.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, if you deserve it, then yes. Like, if you turn the program around, yes. But if you have had a winning team for the last 3 years, you should not still be coach of the year. Like, your athletes are just they're bought it. Like, it's great. Like, you're not being a bad coach. I just think that like there's so much more to like somebody turning around a program, not necessarily winning, and like they've done, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's other factors versus like the best player on the best team, but that's literally how we have designed it. And yes, I want to see Asia Wilson get it again. Trust me, I do. But like, she's also earned it.
Yeah.
I just don't like that rule. And I think, I don't know, I just have never liked it. Even in high school, I was like, this is rigged.
Yeah. No, I get that, but also I get why it's like that, because like honestly, like Jewell Loyd should be in this conversation, but I mean, you can't win 5 games. I mean, you're not that valuable. No, I'm sorry. At that point, you're a ball hog and you're just taking all the shots. Like, let's be brutally honest. Like, that's why you're averaging so many points. Like, she's a great athlete. Don't get me wrong. But I think that's why they say the best player on the best team, because you are valuable to that team. You are helping them win. You're helping them be a champion. Yeah. So I kind of see that too. So like, but yeah,
it's hard. It's definitely hard.
It is hard. But I'm gonna pop up some stats between Alyssa Thomas, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson. And I mean, they all excel in different statistical categories. And I know Megan's gonna have a field day with this because she's like, it's not all about stats, it's about the impact. I get that. But stats have a little something to do with it, okay? Yeah, let's be for real. But I just wanted to point out, like, Alyssa Thomas is having a great year. She's doing things that, you know, people aren't doing regularly. And I know Megan would have loved me here to, you know, to hear that. So I just wanted to give Alyssa Thomas her flowers. But let us know, you guys. Do you guys think that she should be the MVP this season? What do you guys think about the MVP? Like we said, like the best player on the best team. Like, I want to know your guys' opinions on that, because I feel like that's been a debate forever. So let us know. Okay, over to our last segment. Brooke hasn't heard about this, you know, because
no, and I've literally kept it like quiet. I wanted like my natural reaction.
A surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, you know how like the what's it called? The team will post like a birthday post, like for their, you know, their players, like, oh, how are they? Yeah, whatever. So a fan tweeted and was like, how disgraceful. I'm just gonna read the tweets verbatim in case you guys aren't on Twitter. So it says how disgraceful it is that Phoenix Mercury, they added them, handle couldn't even pretend to wish Skylar Diggins a happy birthday. Such an irresponsible action that could have been avoided. Okay. And I was like, oh, dang, that's crazy. Like, you know, she is still part of the team. And then Skylar Diggins quote tweeted it and said, they're not going to acknowledge me this year. And it's okay, guys. We're not affiliated unless it's the checks per management. I can't even use the practice facilities or any resources, but I still love the X Factor. First of all, why can't you use their facilities? You're a part of Phoenix Mercury. That's literally insane.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So I kept reading. There's more tweets before we just, you know, really go in the rant. Okay. So then another person basically was like saying, oh, Skylar Diggins says she can't use the Mercury's practice facilities. Exclamation points, yada, yada, yada. Then Skylar said, sadly, no, or any massage therapist, chiropractor, chef, strength and conditioning, nutritionist, accessibility, etc. That every other player has access to. However, I'm still down, 48 pounds on my own, and I'm feeling great. So good for you. That is amazing. Good for you. And then the last tweet, she said, I don't know if I could post these on here, but I might, so you guys can just see them for yourselves. Last thing she says, it was all good when I was leaving for personal time, but when I was leaving because I was having complications and scared of risking my child while leading the league in minutes, pregnant, traitor, ? First of all, I didn't know she was pregnant during the season. She was playing it tough. I didn't know that. That's crazy. But this is the second time that like literally the player had gotten pregnant and the team like they faced backlash. And this is a league full of women. This is supposed to be women empowerment. Like, what is the WNBA doing? What are these individual teams maybe doing? Maybe not, let's blame WNBA as a whole. Maybe it's just these teams. But we've known Skylar Diggins has had issues with Phoenix. But seeing all this, it's like, okay. You guys fired the coach that she had an issue with, first of all. So you also had an issue with her. Let's date that back. Because remember, she had an issue with the coach. Then you guys fired her. So Skylar Diggins isn't there. She's not creating that riff anymore, but you guys still fired her. So it's the coach there. And now she's out of the picture. She tweeted something else like, oh, like, I'm out of the picture, so I'm not the villain anymore. So like things are more coming to light. But it's like, okay, say we went on maternity leave, we still get benefits of our job. You know what I'm saying? So why is she not getting all these benefits from her job? Like, that is like the main, like, that's crazy. That, I don't even have words. Like, that's disrespectful.
It's so sad.
But it's like, that's so disrespectful. And it's like,
because like it like stems, right? Like, you have like the present day, right? Like, that's screwing over her. That's in return by social media and stuff is going to screw the organization and their fan base and the everything, right? And they just switched ownership and the whole 9 yards. So I'm sure it's
right.
very up and down right now. But then you're gonna do that. She's gonna want to at least get traded or something. So then you're not even gonna have her kid be, have fun at the practices, be around, be involved, and then that in return, like, that could have negative effects for like the future of the Suns and women's basketball. Like,
Yeah, honestly, like,
that's ridiculous.
It's honestly, I forgot about the change in management. I'm wondering if it's them or this is from the past, but I'm shocked. I'm wondering if, obviously, like, are they going to trade her? Like, the trade deadline's Monday. So I'm wondering if they're just going to trade her. There should be an investigation into this. Like, this is not right. So I'm wondering if they're going to do an investigation like they did with Dearica Hamby, and all her, not complaints. What's the word I'm looking for? Inquiries. I'm trying to get at, right?
Complaints.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if they're going to look into it. Because she's still a part of Phoenix. Just because
they should. Like, Kelsey Plum's whole thing should be involved, everything.
Yeah. So I'm really curious to see how this plays out. I'm wondering if she's going to get traded. Honestly, I wouldn't want to go back to Phoenix, period. Right now they stink anyway, so might as well go to a team that will welcome
I don't blame her. I don't know. That sucks. Like, I don't know. There's so much potential with the WNBA, and like I said in the last video, like, we really got to clean up a lot.
Yeah.
There's so much that needs to be cleaned up. Yeah. There's so much. Like, am I saying it's going to end up being perfect? No, I'm not. Am I saying it's going to, in a day, be resolved? No, I'm not. But, like, I feel like there has been no change in much. Like, it took Brittany Griner to get harassed in an airport to, like, have the conversation of charter actually make the forefront. Like, I don't know. Like, they're, like, come on now. Like, I find better sponsorships, go to investors. Like, people are investing in women's sports right now, so it really shouldn't be that much of like a teeth pulling to get people involved. Like, people are wanting to and willing to invest.
Yeah. And I agree. It's like, how are outside people supposed to take the WNBA seriously when they're disrespecting their product, basically? The people that they want fans to bring, to bring in fans, like the charter flights, the as little as the All-Star trophy, MVP trophy last year. That was made fun of for so long, it'll always be made fun of. But it's like,
Kelsey Plum is like now known as the one holding the little
exactly. So it's like, you give fans, or not fans, you give the outside people a reason to continue to hate the WNBA, to continue to disregard them, to look down on them. So it's like, you're not setting the league up for success at all. It's like, you have to be successful. And now that's 2 people that went on maternity leave. Like, this is a league of women.
Not even a full year.
Yeah, this is a league of women. You're supposed to be supporting women. Like, that doesn't make sense at all. So it's like, there's this, like you said, there's so many things that need to be fixed, and I think that's what's holding up expansion. It's like there's so many little things that need to be fixed that I feel like the players want to resolve now before they want to expand. And I mean, I get that. That is also true. So this is just sad. Like, yeah, I'm curious to see what Megan has to say about all this. I'll
Oh, Megan's gonna pop off.
Yeah, I'll interject her opinions between each of the topics that we discussed. But let us know how you guys feel. Did you guys even see this on Twitter? Did you guys hear about the news? Yeah, I know. It was kind of like, yeah. I don't even know how I came across it. It was so random. And I was like, oh man, this is crazy. But let us know how you guys feel about it. You know, this is, like we said, happened twice already. It's not a good standard to set, okay?
No, not at all.
Yeah. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, leave us a comment, give away at 100 subs. I'm gonna
Share.
I'm gonna keep reminding you guys. I don't know what we're gonna come up with, but we're giving people, okay? So it's gonna be good. All right. Anyways, we'll be back next week with more videos. Peace.